Alright guys, welcome back to Bass Ninja. I'm Matt. Thanks for joining us again. If you guys have been enjoying the content lately and all of you guys have been subscribing that are new, I appreciate the support so much. It means a lot to me. Thanks for tuning in. I love sharing fishing with everybody, and so hopefully some of these videos will, make you as happy as it makes me to make the content. So yeah, got a pretty good equipment for you guys today. We came back out to the Boardwalk where we caught a decent spotted bass like a couple weeks ago up here. And then this past weekend I was out here with one of my buddies. Caught another small largemouth off this one spot, and also a pretty fat perch, which was kind of neat. Didn't really know they were in here like that, so that was cool to see. Not something you catch too often around here. But anyway, I caught that spotted bass as well as the perch in the same exact spot. So I'm walking to that spot right now. I got out here a little bit late today, just getting off work late, had some other things to do. So I've only got about maybe an hour of daylight left. And so I'm going straight to that spot, and we're just gonna toss a few out there and see how we do. So I'll show you guys the baits and the things like that we're working with once we get down there. So for now, I'm going to speedily get to this spot so we can get as much time in the water as possible. So we'll meet you guys down there. One other thing I forgot to mention too, for those of you guys that saw the last video and we were fishing here, I'll link that in the description so you guys can go back and watch if you haven't seen it yet. But in this spot before, the water was extremely clear, extremely shallow, all throughout the vast majority of this river system here. And so that being said, there's a lot of visibility in the water. And so when we came over to the spot we're walking to right now, a couple days ago, we could see really big fish, to be honest, popping out from underneath the dock and kind of running around. There's grass and things like that in there. So stands to reason they could be on bed in some of those areas, but we saw some very big largemouths, some very big spots. We were throwing every kind of bait we could at them, to be honest. They just weren't interested that day. So I'm definitely going to keep trying for some of those big ones. We saw schools of like smaller bass that were obviously like juvenile, like probably 30 or 40 in schools, just kind of waiting in the river system for bait to pass by. And so every time that I've gone back to that spot since then, I've seen fish and caught fish. And so really the goal is to get on one of those big ones at the right time. This morning it was decently cold as far as Georgia is concerned. I think it was like 40s, 50s this morning. And as the day has gone on, the temperature has risen up to around like low 70s. And so that's a good thing whenever you get that cold sweep come through, and then the water temperature starts to rise and warm up as the day goes on, and those fish get more active and want to eat. So that's what we're betting on. Like I said, we don't have a lot of time out here. I'm almost to the spot right now, so let's try to get on one. All right, we made it. Show you guys what we got tied on. So I'm gonna pull this up. This is a Divine Shaky Head from 6 Cents. Right now I'm not running it with a shaky head. I'm actually running a Texas rig. Got a 1/4 ounce bullet weight there on the top. This is the Nirvana color. It's kind of almost like a green pumpkin on the top, if you can see it there, and then it switches to like a black and blue flake. Got that from my buddy Skunk Fishing. Throw that in the description for you guys too. Make sure you check out his channel. All right, so here's what we're looking at. Right out here, there's this point, and about 10 to 12 feet out from where I'm standing right here on the dock. I don't know if you guys can see the bottom or not down there. It's pretty clear. It's only a few inches of water, but right up there where I was just pointing out, there's a pretty significant drop off. And so both fish that I've caught have come out of this little like divot point in here. You actually can see a fish just blew up right out there. So I'm going to be throwing around just in here off this point. I'm going to throw this wacky rig off here. Not wacky rig, what am I talking about? This Texas rig worm. And hopefully out there near where that structure is and stuff, they'll come pick it up. So let's try a few out with this, just see what the bite's like. The past couple of fish that I've caught out here have been on the crankbait, I will say so, on my bait casting reel. I'll show you guys the crankbait I've got tied on once we swap to that, because I'm sure I'm probably gonna fish it a little bit today. I can feel that structure and stuff along the bottom. The bullet weights are great for that. shaky head too. A lot of people like them for that reason. You can really feel like your bait moving across the bottom. So if you do have that hit, it becomes a little bit more obvious. All right, so we moved over. You guys are gonna see this better. Down here is what I want you to see. So here's the shallow section, right? And you notice it kind of starts to slope on down. Water gets a little deeper and it drops off. So that little drop off right there is what we're fishing. That's where we want to be. Like just off that drop off, that's like where the fish like should reasonably be sitting. That's just kind of how like point fishing and stuff like that works in general. Like they just kind of sit on those spots. In this case, they're on the river. They're waiting for, you know, a meal to slide by on this point from the main river system or otherwise. And so if you can find that in the water, like, but this one I kind of just got lucky because I can see it like with my bare eye, but it can be a little bit harder if you're on the water in like a kayak or something and you can't actually see like where the points are and stuff. If you have a graph, obviously no problem, like great. But if you're someone who's kind of like small time like me, you're just out here trying to catch some fish, you know, trying to find the best spots that you can in public water, then like finding something like this is worth coming back to. So it's the main reason why I have just a little bit of faith in this spot, just because the like landscape itself underneath the water is what you want to see. And so right now I'm kind of on like the shallower side of the slope. In a second I'm going to throw it out like a little bit deeper, I think. Kind of neat. There's that crankbait again. Camera was acting funny before. Oh, there's a big fish right there, you guys. He's following me too. Holy cow, can you guys see that fish right there? Oh my goodness. Flip this worm on him real quick. That's one of the big ones I was telling you about. I'm really hoping that that comes out well on the camera. Oh, please bite this worm, dog. Man, he was following that crankbait in, you guys. That's how it was the other day too. They would swim right up to the bait, act like they were gonna have a go at it, and then just swim away. I'm like, never mind. That's so frustrating, especially when you can see that monster fish down there. You're like, man, that's all right though. We know that they're in here, and so that's all we need to know. That just means we're gonna keep on casting. Well, you can't unless you tie your baits up and your rods together. Here we go. Man, gosh, I want to catch that fish so bad. It's just a big old bass, you guys. Like, now you know why we come back and why we will continue to come back until I figure out what the heck these fish want, because there's some big boys in here. There's another one right in front of me, y'all. Same size. You can see him right down there. Oh my gosh, he's just chilling on this spot. Come on, man. Turn for it. That is maddening. Keep trying for him. If I land that fish, you guys, I'm going to be so excited. Getting him hooked up would obviously be great. but then I have to figure out how the heck I'm gonna get him up here onto this dock without him spitting the hook out. Because it's about 10 feet from me to this water down here. Last 2 fish I've hooked haven't been giant, so it hasn't been that big of a deal. A couple pound fish you can pull out, but that was looking like 3-4 pound range, largemouth. Oh man. Oh my God, you guys, look at this. The whole school is rolling through right now, y'all. Oh, I'm about to burn this crankbait right in front of him. See that? They don't even care. They literally are swimming away from my bait right now. I'm losing my mind, y'all. Like, what does it take? Still chilling right here in front of me. I'll eat that, bro. He doesn't want it at all. That is just nuts to me. We got to change something up, you guys. All right, you guys. We're going with the Whopper Plopper. I know I said earlier I never caught on topwater out here before. Like, okay, it's in my mind, like the fish, I've been throwing that worm. They don't care. Throwing the crankbait, they don't care. So we're gonna try the topwater. It's a nice color for this too. And let's see if we can get them. Like, that is just nuts. That is like, I've never just seen like a whole pack of just monsters like that. Like, that is wild to me. So we're gonna throw the Whopper on and see if we can get them. That is just, that blows my mind. I don't know where they went, like while I was changing baits and stuff, so they'll be back though. They're circling this area like that, and they're bound to come back, so I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm gonna keep working this point. Man, I told you guys, like, these points and stuff, you gotta start looking out for that when you're fishing. Like, obviously, like, oh, here they come, right down here. Come on, eat that plopper, big boys. They just swim away. Like, they literally just swim away. Never in my life. Like, what the heck do they eat? A different rubber bait. It's not what we want. Maybe something like this. It looks a little lizardish. It's in a decent color too. I'm gonna throw that on the Texas rig instead of this this worm and see if that'll piss him off. Like, I can't really see if there's beds or not in the water. Like, assuming that those are, oh my gosh, you guys, that fish is freaking huge. Like, that's my thing, is like, is it a bass or is it like a carp? Like, man, it's just big old fish. Like, all right, focus. I'm like starstruck right now. I'm like, oh my God, it's a big fish. There you go. Got that rage bug on there. This is from Big Bite Baits, I believe. It's a creature bait. Leave that down in the tackle box. Just throw it out one time. I'm just gonna throw it right out here in front of me. Let's say they've just been prowling around the spot, so works for me. You guys. Yo, look at that. What the heck? I have no idea if I'm even like close. I'm just like, please swim my way, bro. Yo. Oh my gosh, you guys, they're jumping over here like nobody's business. I've got to move over there right now. All right. I saw an absolutely monstrous bass jump over here, you guys. Like it was, I think it could have been a 5-pounder, seriously. Look at that. This is absolutely nuts. Please eat it, like, please, Lord. All right, guys, so right when I finished recording that last section, my phone was on like 5% battery. I ended up fishing there for like another hour, got no bites, same story as before, and so, man, it's incredibly frustrating, especially it's like, you can see those fish are right there, and they're friggin' tanks too. It's like fish you want to catch, and so yeah, I don't know, honestly. I think it's just like it might be a time of day thing. I don't really know. I was thinking back on it, and I was looking at like thinking about that spot, and I mentioned earlier in the video that I caught the 2 previous catches there on red crankbaits, but the only thing about those red crankbaits is different from all the other lures that I've been throwing is actually the pattern that's on those crankbaits. And so I'm gonna try to find a picture of the Strike King crankbait that I have, and I'll try to put the picture up like right here somewhere if I can find it. If not, whatever. But both of them had a pattern on that was similar to a perch-like pattern. It was almost like striped a little bit, almost like how a perch is, and I caught a perch out of that water the other day. So I was thinking about it on the way back, and I was like, what if they want to eat perch-colored baits or perch-patterned baits? That would explain why I got the hits on the red crankbait. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try whatever it takes to get some of those fish. And so, anyway, thank you guys for watching this episode of Bassing on the Boardwalk. There will be an episode 3. Absolutely. I'm going to go back there probably sometime soon. I'm going to make another video, try out some new baits. I'm probably going to take a trip to like Academy or somewhere like that and see if we can get some different stuff to try in there and see how we do. Maybe like a jerkbait or something like that too. I feel like that'd be cool. But yeah, thanks you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, you want to see the next episode, give me a like. Let me know down in the comments what kind of fish you guys think those were that were swimming. Like, I've been sitting here racking my mind thinking like, was it carp, was it bass? It's hard to tell from the top, but anyway guys, thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.